Mr. Game Spitter, y'all. Subscribe, like, share the video. Man, we probably done witnessed the realest NIGGA alive, man. Far as like get back, far as like revenge, far as like you take one of mine and take one of yours, far as like, son, I'm gonna keep my word on. If somebody hurt you, they're gonna pay for it. Along them lines, and their award right there, it goes to Rodney out of Cincinnati, Ohio. You know, his son, Ryan, he lost his life, 18 years old. You know, they claiming he was in a stolen car, stolen Kia, easy to steal. They just doing YN with his partners, you know, breaking in cars, stealing however they got it. They could have been trying to go on a drill, could have been taking the car to a chop shop, or just joyriding, finna go smoke some hole, shit like that, or probably go steal some more, breaking cars some more. You know, they claiming they had guns on them, right? That's what the police claiming. And I don't know, the car got reported. Police came in contact with these guys. They jumped out, took out running. Wasn't long though, because the news claiming it only took 6 seconds. But when the police got there and jumped out the car, and they jumped out the car, 6 seconds, and shots was fired. Man down, Ryan laying out on the ground, couple bullet holes in him. DOA, lost his life. Now, in them 6 seconds, the police claiming that Ryan up fire on them, didn't pull the trigger, but up fire, pointed it at him, didn't pull the trigger though. Put the fire back down in his hand or however, hid between some dumpsters in 6 seconds, ran out in between the dumpsters, and then the cops blowed him down. And then in them same 6 seconds, the cops claiming that they heard a gun, like they heard this metal thing or whatever. So they did all that in 6 seconds. They heard a gun in his pocket or seen it. Then they seen him, pointed at him, and all that there. They did find a gun. Not to say that Ryan had it, but on that body cam footage, it don't show Ryan pointing no gun at them. There's a lot of, you know, pausing in the camera footage and all that there. And it showed when they shot and all that there. He coming out that dumpster, but it don't show Ryan pointing no gun at him. So they could be capped. Of course, they'll say that so they could be justified. And they did find a gun, but they need to throw that he pointed it at us so they could be justified. Right? Word get back to the father, Rodney. He ain't going for it. He know his son. He know his son wouldn't do that. Now, his son may run, but the son ain't going to point no gun at no police, especially pointed at him and don't fire. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he wasn't buying that. Like, they ain't my son. He see the footage. He see it pausing and this and that. Nah, it ain't justified in his eyes. So, it ain't no karma. Because Jesus and Allah don't believe in karma. Because Jesus and Allah, they forgive. When they forgive, they forget. Everybody on land, they always say, I forgive, but I don't forget. You won't make it to heaven. You won't make it to heaven because you want God. Because when God forgive you, he forget. You keep saying you don't forget. So you bound to drizzle with that type of mindset. You're supposed to forgive and forget. So we don't call like this karma. We call it eye for an eye. You take one of mine, take one of yours. And Rodney always told his son, if somebody take my son out, or if he ain't tell him that, he told himself that, and others, his friends, whoever, somebody take my son out, unless it's some real, he in the streets for real, and it's some real, he may not even say that, he probably don't even care. Because if he'll take it to the police, he probably don't, it don't matter. That's your ass, Mr. Postman. And yeah, man, like they charged him with aggravated murder, but before all that there, he didn't waste no time. 24 hours go past, officer down. And you know, he could have did it the easy way. Tracked the officer down, got his blower out, blowed him down, stood over him and kept pumping lead in him. But he didn't want to do it that way. He chose to hit him with a vehicle, with a car. He say, we're gonna do eye for eye the whole way. Since my son, y'all say he stole a kill, he in a stolen kill, well, you finna get hit by a stolen car too. Or a car, period. We're gonna keep it car. We're gonna keep it, yeah. That's gonna be the choice of weapon, a car. I want you to feel the pain a little bit more. The bullet's gonna be, nah, you ain't gonna feel enough pain. Because if I pump what I want to do to you, you ain't gonna feel it like that. A little bit, but you're gonna be gone. With this car though, it may not be DOA. It may take a little bit of time. And that's what he did. Now I don't know how he knew for sure that they was gonna take that officer's life. I didn't know that. Like, I mean, I don't know how he knew that. Unless he was going at least 60 miles or better. But yeah, he did that, and yeah, how he wanted it to go, it went like that. As far as like how us blacks, how we should take that, we should look at that like he a hero. We should celebrate him. Black people, we cannot keep letting them step on us and they celebrate. They celebrate, but then when we do it to them, we shame him. We don't stand by him. We need to be sending him money. We need to be wearing his t-shirt. We need to be giving them money for the lawyers. All that. He is a hero. Black people, we like steppers. We like killers. We like, yeah. Remember, in all our rap songs, we talk about shooting at the police and doing this to the police. How many times they did it to us? And it ain't a demon that they stepped on. It's an innocent black man. It's an innocent one man. So now, we need to smile about this. Or if you ain't really that, you ain't on that, you need to say, I don't agree with violence for violence, but I ain't mad. And I understand that father pain and free him. That's the least amount of how you need to come. Other than that, if you on bullshit like how you supposed to be, you need to be talking heavy. Yeah. Because they done took too many from us. So yeah. Black History Month, Rodney name need to come up. We need to go ahead and add Rodney to the Black History Month. Because he's a part of that. He earned that. Yeah, he earned it by violence. But yeah, he didn't do it to another black man. It's a cop. We've been liking violence on cops since Ice-T came out with Cop Killer. Now don't come talk that motherfucker shit to me. Yeah. Nah, police ain't gonna like this, but hey, we done took too much pain from y'all, so it is what it is on that, man. Everybody, every child, I want a father like him. It take more than having two balls. Like, they ain't have balls to do that. It take more than that. You need that. You need a heart. Everything that they needed on the Wizard of Oz, heart, courage, brain, you need all that, man. You gotta have all that to do that. The average daddy, mama, uncles, cousins, gangster cousin got bodied, 4 or 5. They're not gonna take it to the police. He didn't waste no time. And then when he got to court for his bond, they tried to bring all these police in there, trying to scam, put fear in them. He looked them all in their eye. He didn't have his head down. He didn't look sad. None of that. And nah, we ain't gonna say he crashed out. We ain't gonna say that. He didn't crash out. He did what he was supposed to do. Now we gonna make these rappers get rich, black on black crime. We made King Von, we made all these different rappers. We caught bodies. We turned them up. We need to turn him up. Cause that's in the black people eyes. For us, that's a righteous kill right there. That's a righteous one. And he will be honored. Now, of course he's not gonna beat this charge. Of course they may boost his charge up from aggravated murder to capital and try to give him the chair, unless Ohio don't do that. They don't give out chairs. You know? Because it was premeditated, it was planned, and all of that. So it fit death row. It fit, yeah, you get the chair. It fit all that. He got all that. Texas, they would have gave him capital. He ain't gonna get no bond. You step on a cop, you ain't getting no bond. But what he can get is love. From you. Yeah, you can get love from grandma and them, granddaddy and them, all the slaves, Harriet Tubman rolling in her grave, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X rolling in their grave, all that. You can get love from everybody. Auntie and them, cousin and them, brother and them, sister and them. He need 1,000,000 letters. We need to write him so many letters every week that they say you can't, nah, you got over 300 letters. Commissary need to stay full for a little minute until, you know how people do. Good lawyer. Of course, he can't beat it. Of course not. But we need to let him know that we appreciate him, that we honor him, that we need more fathers like him when they do us wrong. Because we usually don't. We always lay down. We always march. We always with the we shall overcome and no justice, no peace, no racist police. And y'all ain't tired of that shit? The white man respect blood. We just shedded blood. So we need to, yeah. We're going to give Rodney his respect, his honor, pride, everything. And yes, it's violence, and that's what we are. That's what we salute. We ain't doing no marching. We ain't doing no justice. Oh, we got the justice. Oh, we got that. So the damage is done. Now, I know it's a couple blacks. It's a couple, street niggas. He should have took Mo out. He should have took Mo out. But that ain't what he wanted to do. He wanted that one. And that's what he done. Of course, it may be nights where they wake him up out of sleep and beat him and all that, do him dirty, don't feed him. Ohio, to all the street niggas, y'all need to go ahead and make them phone calls to prison, county jails, spread the word. He should not be touched by no black inmate as far as like violent wise. He should get passes, no beef, no where you from, what hood. You can't, any yard he go to, it don't matter. He shouldn't have no fist fights unless it's a race war or with the guards. He shouldn't there. No fun boy stuff. Don't be leaving snacks on his bed. None of that. Let him get on the phone all he want. All that. He shouldn't have no issues. It don't matter if he told back in the day. All that's a race. All that's, it don't matter what. Nah, touching kids, that's on, nah, oh shit. Yeah, but yeah. Other than that, like, nah. So he ain't got that because they would have brought that up. So he good, he clear. So yeah. And he would have got the same respect. It ain't just because it's a cop. If a white man would have just stepped on his son, and he would retaliated to the white man, and he wasn't no cop. Same respect, same honor. It could have been an Asian man that worked at the beauty supply store, and did him that. Same thing. Every time another race step on us, we don't never respond with war, with violence. All we do is march, lay down, don't do nothing, break in stores, steal, like that. Black Lives Matter. Come on, man. That is the definition of Black Lives Matter. So it don't need to be no war on police. Everybody need to start taking it to the police. Nah. It's just eye for an eye. That's it. Police been stepping on us for so long. It'll be too much catching up to do. So I ain't encouraging nobody to, when they get into situations like this, do what he did. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying he already done it. So that's why I'm speaking on it. If you already done it, then go salute it because he had a reason. It wasn't just because he woke up mad. Nah, it's a good reason. And in the black community, that's what we salute. So like I say, righteous, 100%, and you don't think violence is the answer, just say, I don't agree with violence on violence, but I do understand this situation. That's good enough. We'll take that. That means you still with us. That means you understand. That means you understand. But it ain't gonna be no, he shouldn't have done that, none of that. You ain't gonna say that now. You're gonna say you understand. If you wanna say, I don't agree, he should have done that, then go over there with them. Because we don't need you over here. So yeah, man. Rodney, you did a good job as far as like keeping your word. I don't know how y'all relationship was as far as like you trying to keep him out of trouble. He still, being a YN, hanging with the wrong crowd. You could have, made sure his grades was always good. You could have, we don't know the story. You could have had a son like Gilly the Kid with cheese. You try to show him this way, that way. You probably went through it yourself. You made it out. But, it was something about that life he was addicted to, or he was on that path. Yeah, man, like, it just seemed like these days, same thing with young Scooter. You running from the police these days, them days over with. Now, it seems like they're going to clap you. They're going to clap you. So you got to really make sure you're making the right decisions when you take off running. Can't never say stop running, though, because you may need to run. You may need to throw the blick. You may need to throw the package. You may need to, or you may need to get away. So it's never going to be stop running. Just understand that running, how you catching up to God quicker. You got the right cops on you. Because all they got to do is say, he got a gun. Because then when they say that, their heart start beating fast. And they don't know. Cause cops has got shot like that. Dude take out running, he got a blick, he up it and blow and score. So yeah. Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Ryan. Free Rodney. Of course it ain't gonna happen, but still free him. I don't know if he was in Ryan life his whole life, get a did prison time. I don't know. I don't know all your background yet. But you did keep your word. You did keep your word. And you wasn't finna, hear all the lies, hear all this and that they was coming with. You say, fuck that. If my son ain't here, I don't need to be free. I don't need to be free. I'd rather be behind them bars. What black man, what black woman, as a child, as a however old you get, who wouldn't want a parent like him? Especially if you're the only child. Who wouldn't want that type of protection? If you're a woman, you'll want your man to do that for you. Ain't nobody gonna turn down no daddy like Rodney when it comes to stuff like that right there. Yeah. So imagine what he would have done to somebody else that wasn't a cop. This is the type of daddy that, what's the dude name that lost his life in Florida? Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin needed a daddy like Rodney. But his mama wasn't lucky enough to find one like him. There's a lot of victims that got deleted. And they should have had a daddy like Rodney. He didn't care about, you got to understand, if he wouldn't have done that, he could have got close to $1,000,000, 500,000, 700,000 people giving him money, GoFundMe's, and all of that. He could have ran that and never had to work again, invest into his business. He didn't want the money. He didn't want the donations. He didn't want the big funeral. He didn't want, nah. He wanted blood. He wanted satisfaction. He wanted revenge. That feel better than money. That feel better than having 1,000,000 text messages and emails and phone calls and people recognizing him on the news and everything, getting all this love, everybody coming to the house. Nah, the eye for an eye trump all that. They trump all that. Yeah, man. What y'all think on this right here, man? Like I say, I'm not saying do what he did if it happened to your kid. But if that's on your mind and you choose to do something like that, we'll speak on it. We'll give you your flowers, and that's it. But I ain't finna be on here encouraging no violence on no police now. Yeah, I ain't finna do that. We just speaking on the situation that already took place. It ain't no planning. It ain't no plans on hurting on law enforcement. Ain't no none of that. Just speaking on what already happened. So yeah, man. You gotta make your own decisions. You may need to take the regular, get the GoFundMe's and all of the regular way, and the marching and all of that. Because it is a price to pay, taking the route that Rodney took. You got to be ready for that. Whatever, you could lose your life still. You're gonna go through a lot of pain. There'll be a lot of lonely nights, rough nights themselves for the rest of your life. Yeah, man. Violent nights, nights that you scared. You don't know how the police are gonna Because you may do something like what Rodney did, but you ain't as strong as Rodney. So yeah, man. But yeah, man, we can't forget fathers like Rodney. So that's why he need to be added to the Black History Month. Because best believe they got they heroes that deleted blacks that they celebrate. They probably wear his face on t-shirts. Yeah. So we gotta show them that we got the same type of energy. Like we do our own kind when we smoking this one, this rapper, this black person, that black person, yeah, we smoking this one, yeah. So we need to have that same energy. Have that same energy. But y'all hit that like button, y'all subscribe, y'all drop comments, man. What y'all feel about this right here, man? Did Rodney do the right thing? Or he should have took the GoFundMe route, bury his son, let God deal with it. And yeah, live life. Move on and live life. Because you could make another kid. Should he took that route? Or the route that he took was the right way? Or should he let God handle everything? Y'all drop them comments. Y'all follow me on IG, the_gang_spitter. Y'all donate to the channel, $, the gang spitter 704. He was with him. Go.